Red Lake and Cherry.
This is the state tournament quarterfinals. Section 8A champion Red Lake against the Cherry Tigers, the Section 7A champs. Red Lake is the #3 team in the state, and Cherry is the #1 state team in the state. I'm Kev Jackson, along with Gary Gruey, the Bemidji High School boys basketball coach. Welcome. We have a sold-out packed gymnasium tonight. In a situation that's got to work to Red Lake's advantage. This is a very familiar gymnasium to them.
Oh yeah, this is a big advantage because they've played in this court once this year. They have their summer league before. I think it's a huge advantage for Red Lake.
It was in December against Bemidji High the last couple of years here. Similar crowds, not quite as big as it is tonight, years and years, and they have been a key team in that tournament the last 5 years or so. So this is very familiar. Red Lake's got 1,500 people here tonight.
Oh, we got a great high school basketball atmosphere here tonight. I mean, it's going to be one heck of a ball game. Playing for them right now, besides Holthusen and Kingbird, have not experienced this type of pressure, so that might offset some of that home court advantage a little bit.
Cherry comes in with a record of 25-0. They're the #1 team in the state. Red Lake is 25-1. They are the #3 team in the state. Gary, I don't want to bring up any bad memories, but we did play them in December. They beat Bemidji that day 54-53, and I was covering it for KBUN Sports Radio. You were down there courtside as the coach. And I mentioned to you at the time, the thing that impressed me about Red Lake this year was two things. They played very tough defense that day, and I assume you make it to the state tournament, that continues. And the other thing was they had more depth than they had last year. They have a lot of weapons.
That's right. They got some kids that can score besides Kingbird and Holthusen, and that's going to be a big key in this basketball game. As far as them beating us, they played us extremely well. Big difference from last year or in previous years at Red Lake, I do believe, is their half-court defense. They're much more aggressive on that, and they get after you.
We'll find out how it's all going to shake down in just a little bit. They're making the announcements. They'll have the national anthems, and then we're going to, but you'll be able to enjoy it right here on channels 9 and 22 right after this. Well, we are back here at BSU's gymnasium. Gary Gruey along with Kev Jackson. Gary Gruey, the head coach of the Bemidji High School Lumberjacks, but prior to that, the Park Rapids Panthers. And he has experienced some playoff games here as well. Right now, they're introducing the lineups. They just introduced Mark Martin for Red Lake. Prior to that, Eric Clement for Cherry, pair of guards. Dave Clement, Eric's twin brother, a 5'11 senior guard, starting for Cherry. This Gerald Kingbird, a 6'1", 180-pound sophomore guard for Red Lake. Their leading scorer, averaging 19.6 points per game, shooting 57.6% from two-point range, 31.2% from three-point range. Mark Besseman just been introduced. He is a 5'11 junior forward, averaging 5.8 points a game for Cherry. Charlie Charnowski, the other guy, a guard for Red Lake, 6'1", 175-pound junior. Darren Miller, 6-foot senior. Did they announce him as the center, Gary?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
So he's starting at center. Robert Smith for Red Lake, 6'3", 200-pound junior. He's averaging 9.7 points per game. Miller averaging 18.4 for Cherry and 9 rebounds. Eric Gort, 6'6" senior, 17 points a game, 8.5 rebounds a game, and 2.5 blocks a game for Cherry. And he could be a problem for Red Lake. They don't have anybody quite that big, Gary.
No, he looks like he can play a little bit. I think Holthusen and he would be a good matchup.
Delwyn Holthusen, a 6'3", 200-pound sophomore, being introduced. Both teams meeting in the center court for final words of encouragement. We'll be playing basketball shortly. Cherry, by the way, is a combination of the two cities of Cherry and Iron, Minnesota, over by Virginia. The school is actually in Iron, but they are called Cherry. They beat Toivola Medellin 69-48, Carleton 57-49, and Floodwood 69-60 before winning the Section 7A title over Big Fork 51-44 to make it to this point. Red Lake beat Lakewood 65-49 in the subsection championship, then beat Greg Legatsky 52-41 in the Section 8A semifinals at Crookston, and then beat Fertile Beltrami 61-56, the defending section champs in the championship. 61-56 last Friday night, and now are getting ready for their first ever state tournament appearance. Same situation for the Red Lake Warriors. We will take another break, and we will be back with the start of tonight's game in a moment. Currently, they are conducting the national anthem of the Red Lake Nation. And I assume that we'll have I believe the Cherry High School band is going to perform now the Star Spangled Banner. I'm not sure who that was. Somebody was singing, a group of singers from Cherry High School singing the Star Spangled Banner. Well, we're moments away from getting this game started. The state tournament quarterfinals. Gary, the first four-class state tournament for boys basketball quarterfinals being played at outstate sites, and this one between Section 7A, Section 8A here at BSU Gymnasium. And last week, some of the comments from some of the girls' coaches was it doesn't feel like a state tournament until you get to the cities. But I look at this place, it's rocking.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine that there can be a better atmosphere in a half-filled St. Paul Civic Center.
I don't know if they ever pan around here and if they can do that. I mean, there's people standing behind us. There's people standing all the way around the gym. They've cleared out underneath the baskets. It's just a great high school atmosphere.
What are the coaches doing to settle their players down for a state tournament appearance? First one for both teams.
Right now, both coaches are just praying they get out to a good start. I think that's what they want to see from both. All the kids are going to be tight. They're going to be nervous. I think a big key will be in this game. Who gets off to a good start?
Delwyn Halthusen for Red Lake will take the jump. And it'll be Eric Gort, the 6'6" senior, for Cherry. And the state tournament quarterfinal is underway. Loose ball into the backcourt, goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Tigers. Red Lake will start the game with the possession.
It looks like Cherry, the Tigers, are coming out in a man-to-man defense. And we got Gort matched up with Holthusen.
Mark Martin setting it up for Red Lake. And it looks like, yeah, you're right, a man-to-man D. Red Lake going around the perimeter now. We got somebody moving into the lane. Nice dump off the Holthusen.
Nice
a huge block. And that'll get rid of the butterflies real quickly for Cherry.
Red Lake came out trying to control the tempo of the basketball game and get some penetration from Kingbird. They got what they wanted, but a nice block by Gort.
Now it's Bessemer sending it out to three-point range to one of the Clement brothers. That's Dave.
Red Lake's in a 2-3 zone. They go right.
Holthusen rips it down. And we're still looking for our first points to the state tournament quarterfinals. Just underway. We're about 50 seconds in. Jumper no good. Huge rebound inside, but quick hands and a steal for Cherry.
Red Lake is trying to let Kingberg kind of take over the tempo for him a little bit, and he's had a nice penetration, had a good look at the basket. I'm sure he'll try that again.
Eric to Dave Clement, and back to Eric at the top of the key. And they'll go around the horn till they find something, and they find an 18-foot jumper that does not go. But a nice rip inside by Miller, who puts up the shot. He can't get it to drop.
Both teams are a little tight. You can see that their shots are long, a little bit off. They'll settle down. This game's going to be a good one.
Warriors with the ball. And again, they'll have a slow-down offense. They'll take their time. They'll look to set something up on what appears to be a pretty tough Cherry defense. And they got Holhusen inside. Off the glass, no good again.
The way it looks, there's not going to be a lot of second shots for Red Lake right now. Gort has been big on the boards, and Miller, being a wide body, I think is going to bang in there too.
Nice feed inside to Bestman. He can't get the shot to drop. Delwin with the board. And Red Lake once again with the basketball.
Red Lake looks like they'll be able to get up tempo on Cherry a little bit and be able to push the ball up the court once they think they settle into a groove here.
Kingberg, top of the key, feeds over to Charnowski. Trying to get it inside. He does.
Nice pass by the guard to get that ball into Smith, and he made a nice move up and in.
And a huge roar from the crowd. We'll hear that a lot tonight. Martin gets it over, or rather Clement over his brother David, then fed into the corner. Bassman looking around. Red Lake with a zone defense, not much inside.
It's important for Cherry to get a score early here because with the crowd going like this, it's going to get tighter and tighter, and that basket's going to get smaller and smaller. They need a score.
Clement tries to force something inside, and he can't do it. And he's a little bit out of place deep inside against Holhusen. That's a three-point attempt way short. We got a foul inside.
Fouls on Miller, I think, with a blockout.
First personal, first team foul for Cherry. We're about 3 minutes into the state tournament quarterfinal game.
Look at a man-to-man, the out of bounds. Look for something for Kingbird off here. Nope.
Well, they're having problems getting something. Finally, they have to go up top to Holthusen. And he'll hand it over to Martin and let him set up the offense or make that Kingbird. Left wing, three-pointer doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Eric Gort, and we got a reach-in foul on Red Lake.
Who's that on, Kevin? Did you see?
I think it's going to be on Martin. I'm not sure.
Okay. Because foul trouble could play a big part here. Red Lake has to make sure that they keep Holthusen out of foul trouble.
And it is on Mark Martin, the junior guard. 6 foot, 170 pounders, averaging 7.3 points per game. Shooting about 69.5% from two-point range. That's amazing. Lobbed to the right side to Gort. And again, Cherry going around the horn, looking for something inside. Inside to Miller. Foul called.
It's on Miller. That's his second.
So right away,
Miller looks like he moves pretty well for a good-sized kid there. He's a wide body inside, takes up some space, put that ball on the floor.
Fouls. And it looks like he's going to be replaced right now. Signaling to Garrigan to get into the game. And Cherry's on the board with the first free throw in.
That's a big point for Cherry. Believe it or not, it's maybe early in the basketball game and you say, well, what's 1 point? But you get on the board, you get that goose egg off, and now the rim starts to get a little bit bigger and they can relax.
And he'll try to make it 2 straight. Martin is sitting down with 2 fouls now. Second free throw will go off the front of the rim, no good, but the rebound is up and in by Eric Gort. Big board.
Very active individual. I think he's already got 3 rebounds, and that was a big offensive board to put the Tigers ahead by 1.
3-2 score. Bottom of the 3rd inning. No, actually 4:20 to go in the first quarter. We're about halfway through the first quarter. We got a 3-2 score right now. Nice feed inside, and Kingberg puts it off.
Great body control by Gerald. Great body control. Nice move to get in there.
Red Lake reclaims the lead. Bassman, left corner, feeds inside. They're going to go up top. Looks like Clement thought about a 3, decided not to. Bassman will take one from the corner, doesn't go.
He wasn't ready to shoot that shot. It didn't look like he wanted to shoot it, but he was open, so he had to.
Now the Warriors with a 1-point lead. We'll try to add to that here with 3:44 to go in the first. Garrigan on the left side. Bounce pass to the free throw line. Lots of traffic there, but
you can't give him that shot usually. He's going to hit that as the game goes on.
Now they try to get Garrigan inside. He was wide open.
Nice
Cherry, very patient.
The 6'6" Gort from the 3 land.
Oh, and he nails it.
That was a nice looking shot for the big guy. I didn't expect him to step out there. I know they had him at the high post, but a 3, that's a nice shot.
And it gives Cherry a 2-point lead. 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Pulling up, jumper doesn't go for Red Lake, and the board comes down to Besseman, and here he comes on the fly. He'll take it himself. Can't get it. Holthuse in the rebound. He's got a man breaking down the other way. That's Gerald Kingbird. He goes in for the lay-in, and Red Lake is tied at 6.
Kingbird never came back all the way on defense, and when the shot went up, he saw it. He just kind of leaked out, and Holthuse grabbed the rebound, hit him in stride, layup.
Here come the Tigers. Trying to get it inside of Miller, knocked away nicely.
Red Lake's going to have some matchup problems inside with Gort and Miller in there. Miller being a wide body, and they're both active players.
And Gort, if he can hit that outside shot frequently, he can be a real weapon tonight.
That's right.
Miller out on the right side trying to drive in. Can't do it. Tough D by Garrigan.
Nice pass. Nice assist.
To the hoop. Oh, way too strong. Little volleyball action inside. Here comes Red Lake. Not too strong. Holthuse in the rebound. Puts it off the glass. Draws the foul. Will have a chance at a 3-point play.
Right now, Holthuse is all over the floor. He's getting rebounds on one end, and he's getting rebounds on the offensive end.
And you see on the replay what a powerful move that was by Holthuse on the rebound and the putback.
It was super hustle. He ran free throw line to free throw line, and he just went and got that board.
Delwyn is sophomore, 6'3", 200-pounder, 16.4 points per game, 7.8 rebounds a game. And he nails a free throw, and Red Lake's got a 3-point lead here. 2:06 to play first quarter.
Well, let's see if Cherry will get the basketball back in the hands of Gort. I think good things happen when he has it.
Bounce pass in the corner to Gort, but he has to send it right back out to Dave Clement. They try to feed it inside to Besseman. He has to chase it down. There's Miller. He has it stripped away.
He brought the ball
out on the fly.
Brought the ball down by his waist, and Red Lake with their quick hands got a steal.
Quickly
nice
back.
feed.
Oh, yeah. No big
foul
D.
called there.
Here comes Miller on the fly. Man, I wouldn't want to get in the way of him. He dumps it off. They can't get the shot to go. Great opportunity. Now we got a foul inside, and it's going to go on Eric Clement.
That was a very good no call by the official on the charge. Missed the shot, and then Cherry got caught reaching in.
That is the third team foul on Cherry. Red Lake has been whistled for 2. We have 92 seconds to play in the quarterfinals at a sold-out BSU gymnasium. Gerald Kingbird for Red Lake.
They'll run Holthuse off a double pick. There he is. And now they're going to run Kingbird off a double screen on the baseline.
Launch a 3, too strong. Nice rebound inside Garrigan. He puts it up, and he scores. Or I'm sorry, that was Robert Smith.
That was Robert Smith. He's that kind of unsung hero for Red Lake. He gets those garbage points, and he just gets them, and he puts them back in. And the kind as a coach, you wonder how he did that.
Inside Gort going to the hoop, draws the foul, and he'll get 2. 57 seconds to go in the quarter.
I think it's fairly obvious right now. It's Miller and Gort. Those are the two kids that Cherry, the Tigers, are looking for all the time. Good things do happen when the ball's in their hands.
Kingbird called for the foul, his first. Third team foul on Red Lake. And Gort on the line, 6'6" senior. Averaging 16.9 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2.4 blocks.
Nothing but net on that. It's a good-looking shot for the kid.
You mentioned Miller being the other key. He's averaging 18.4 points per game and 9 rebounds a game.
Yeah, those two seem to be the key with the Clement kids handling the basketball.
Second free throw doesn't go. We have a violation in the lane, and it looks like Gort's going to get another chance at that second free throw.
Yeah, Holthuse stepped in just slightly early.
So one more chance for Gort to try to get this deficit down to 3. And he will.
Little man-to-man pressure by the Tigers to take the ball, to try to take the ball out of Kingbird's hands. He was unsuccessful there. Looks like they're going to go to that spread offense with a weave out front. They screen the ball.
You're right. Let it and just see if something's going to develop. Or maybe they're going to go for the last time. No, they're not going to be able to because it's stolen. Picked by Clement. And Clement goes. He is hammered.
That's a good foul by the Red Lake player.
Charnoski.
An excellent foul. He had an easy layup. Now you're going to make him earn it at the free throw line early in the game where the fouls don't make any that much difference right now yet.
So Eric Clement, 6-foot senior guard. He's averaging 11.3 points per game, 3.7 boards, and 4.5 assists a game.
Justin Nidau just came in the basketball game for Red Lake, replacing Garrigan.
And Clement misses his first free throw.
In these type of games, free throws are big. I don't care if they're at the beginning or at the end. They all count.
And that one will, because it goes through. With 33 seconds to go in the period. It's 11-9, a 2-point Red Lake lead. They have the ball, and Nadu brings it into the front court.
You have to look for Kingbird to take the last shot of the quarter here.
He's
well, I guess
pull
he's
up
going
and
to take it
one
early.
now, and that'll go off the rim. No good, and there's a rebound for Miller. And now with 15 seconds to go in the quarter, Cherry can take the last shot, and looks like that's what they plan on doing. 8 seconds to go. Clement.
Let's see who they go to.
Vestman, back to Clement. Over to Dave Clement. He will launch it. That'll go off the rim. No good. A rebound comes down to Charnoski. And we are out of time after the first quarter of play. Well, the athletic director at Red Lake is Don Haseman. Had a chance to talk with him earlier tonight and asked him how his team's development came through the year.
Well, I think a lot of people are surprised at how well the Warriors did this year, but, you know, Jack DeJarle really emphasizes that if you work hard and continuously have good work ethic, it really pays off. And Boston team to start off, and they hung in there in a real tough ball game, pulled it out at the end, and developed a little confidence and kept on plugging away hard with a couple wins with local teams. And I think the big turnaround came at Bemidji here, right here on this same floor here on December 21st, I believe, 4 minutes ago. And their hard work ethic really paid off, and they pulled out a real Crosby tournament, and they pulled off a win over Crosby Ironton, which, by the way, is in the state tournament right now and playing. 4A. From there on out, those boys just realized that they have the tools, and the only one that's upset us in season has been Cass Lake, and a real good ball game down on the Cass Lake floor. So we're looking for Red Lake 25-1.
Holdhusen off the steal, and we have a foul inside as the second quarter underway. Boy, a great opportunity for Red Lake to get off to a great start in the second quarter, but Cherry got back there defensively.
Holdhusen is really running the floor very well. It's a nice steal on the preceding play there by Kingbird. A nice pass over to the breaking Holdhusen. Couldn't finish it, though. You got to finish those opportunities.
Foul on the play. I didn't see who the foul was on. Or was it, did it go out of bounds? I didn't even see.
No, there was a foul there, but they haven't put it on the board, and I didn't catch the referee giving a number.
Red Lake's got 5 team fouls, and Cherry has 3. Fed in the lane. Kick right side. Nice feed inside.
Nice play.
Count that basket.
Fouls on Holdhusen. Looks like Gort could have stepped the line to try to complete a 3-point play, Kevin.
And give Cherry the lead.
Nice ball movement. They swung the ball from one side of the court to the other. And then we had a Gort breaking on the baseline, and a nice feed in by Clement for a basket.
Well, they're flashing between 1 and 5 fouls, and that might be way out there. They're having a little problem with that. Their free throw will not go.
It's about their 3rd or 4th miss on the throw line.
That is not good. Does that give coaches gray hair more than anything in the world, Gary?
Yes, it does. That and taking care of the basketball.
Red Lake has it, and we'll try to take care of it right here, right now.
They're just trying to isolate Holdhusen on a post-up over there. But nice defense by Cherry.
Nearly a steal, but they maintain possession. Warriors have it right side, driving the baseline. Nice feed, Holdhusen off the glass.
Excellent play by Red Lake Warriors. Looks like Red Lake's got a little 1-2-2 trap on here. This is where Cherry's got to keep their composure.
And they didn't that time. Kingbird with the ball. Here come the Warriors.
If Red Lake can get on a little run here, it's going to be extremely hard for Cherry to keep their composure. It's very important for Cherry to keep their composure because this crowd, it'll get rocking in here.
Dave Clement sold the ball. There was a whistle, and apparently not a good whistle because they gave the ball right back to Cherry. I think they were going to call a foul originally and chose not to.
A little 2-3 zone yet. They started out in like a 1-2-2.
Trying to get it inside. Tough D by Holdhusen. And he knocks the ball loose. It's still loose. And
good hustle by both clubs.
Now we got Dave Clement called for traveling. He was spread out on the floor, and that call is going to happen most of the time in a situation like that.
Red Lake disguised. They had a 1-2-2 set. They looked like they were going to trap. They dropped back into a 2-3 zone and confused Cherry a little bit there.
This is the Class A state quarterfinals. Winner will play 9 o'clock Friday in the semifinals at the St. Paul Civic Center against the winner of Wabasso Bloomington Trinity. They're playing down in Mankato today. Feed inside to Delwyn Holthusen. Now Kingbird right side. Oh, nice feed. That was a beautiful pass.
Penetration is hurting Cherry right now. 2 baseline takes, 2 buckets right in a row for the Warriors.
15-11.
He's
nice
out of bounds.
Baseline feed. Yes, he was. Good call, Gary. And that's unfortunate if you're a Cherry fan because they had a beautiful feed inside and an easy bucket.
Miller passes the ball well at that high post there. I can see why they put him there. And Gort, being as active as he is, can find the lanes and find the hole.
Kingbird walks it up.
Cherry needs to get a stop here.
Out inside, nice leap, and then they try to pass across to Delwyn. Wasn't there, and Cherry gets the stop they needed, Gary.
Big one, nice pass by Miller. Nice strong move.
Nice move by Clement.
Miller with a nice assist there, finding the open cutter.
We have a 2-point game with 5:26 to play in the first half. Once pass inside, knocked away again, and now we have a foul, and it's Holthusen, but they call a double dribble.
We couldn't see the angle from up here, so he must have picked it up and put it down twice, obviously.
The inbounds baseline. And it looks like Kingbird will throw it in.
This play will probably come back to Kingbird on a down screen on this side over here. Oh, it's an illegal screen.
And that is 16 foul on Red Lake.
I think that's a second on Holthusen too.
Oh, it's the 7th, so that puts Cherry on the line. They're in the bonus situation, 1-on-1. They have been whistled for 3. Red Lake has been called for 7, and that is the second on Delwyn Holthusen. 5:13 to play in the second quarter.
Martin comes back in. He's got 2 fouls, and they take out Holthusen.
1-on-1 situation. Doesn't go, and boy, there could be nightmares on the long bus ride back to Cherry, Gary, later on tonight.
I'm sure that's the 4th one they've missed, and that's worse yet. That's the front end of a 1-on-1. You don't even get a chance to attempt the second one.
Kingbird way out, setting up the offense. Nice lob inside.
I was just going to say, when they take out Holthusen, they look to start going to Smith, and that was a nice post up and an excellent pass.
4-point lead for Red Lake. Bounce pass right side, out top of the key, a 3-pointer. This one won't go. Rebound inside, Eric Clement lobs it over, left of the lane to Miller. He powers to the hoop, and he drops it in.
Very athletic move. He took it strong to the basket.
Back to a 2-point game. Red Lake leads 17-15.
Let's see if they go back over here on this side over to Smith.
Well, he's in trouble. He's finally got to get it over to Mark Martin. Martin loses it, but it's chased down by Smith. On top of the key, thinking about a 3. Nice move into the lane, put up the jumper, and they nail it.
A big shot. It's important that they find some scoring from some other people now that Holthusen's out of the basketball game.
Neto with the hoop. Nice feed, baseline, driving. Besseman can't get the shot. Rebound, Kingbird.
Super move by Besseman, but he's got to be able to finish that.
Oh, Kingbird tried to get fancy. There was nobody even close to that ball. And they're trying to, the Warriors trying to claim that went off a Cherry player. They're not going to win that argument.
Referees are always right.
3:51 to play in the half. Red Lake by 4, 19-15.
A little 1-2-2 3-quarter court trap here. Let's see how Cherry chooses to handle. They got Gort in the middle of it.
Head to the lane. Oh, nice feed inside. Pumping, taking the shot. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Red Lake. Neto.
A lot of times Red Lake press doesn't hurt you up in the front where the people think it does. It hurts you back here because you don't finish or you throw up quick shots. And all of a sudden Red Lake coming back the other way.
Kingbird has the ball. Feeds it over to Mark Martin. His 3-pointer block.
Oh, nice
we got to bring out. That was beautiful.
That's a double
Here
dribble.
Comes, and A foul going to put Eric Gort on the line to shoot 2. Well, Bob Azuma is the head coach for Cherry, and we also asked him about his team's development throughout this season.
Well, we had 4 kids coming back who started for us off and on last year. So we had high expectations.
Thanks.
They've just kept coming all year long. Eric Gert is an outstanding athlete, 6'6", has about 1,500 points in his career. Darren Miller is our other post. He's about 6'1". He's just a tough ball player. He's come along all year. Our 2 starting guards, Eric and David Clement, they both started at times last year. Eric was our starting point guard until he had an injury, and then David stepped in, and at the end of the year they were both starters. And they're tenacious on defense. They're quick. They work hard the whole time. They run the floor. And our 5th starter is Mark Biesman. He's a 5'11" junior. He plays tough defense. He moves the ball. He's a very good role player. He's done a nice job for us, and we've just kept coming over the each game. We've tried to improve a little bit, and the kids have done a real good job at that. And we've just taken the whole season 1 game at a time, and that's what we're doing now. So hopefully we have 1 more in us.
Well, Eric Gort hitting 1 for 2 the other side to make it 19-16, and now a foul down in the Cherry defensive end. It's the 4th team foul on Cherry. 3:01 to play in the second quarter. 19-16, Red Lake on top.
Red Lake just had to take Mark Martin out of the ball game. He picked up his 3rd foul just a little bit ago. That's going to be possibly a big factor for Red Lake.
Kingbird 0 for 2 on the line. That's big. And now a blocking foul called on Kingbird as Eric Clement tried to blow by him on the far sidelines.
It's a good call by the official. He got a knee out there. At least from our angle it looked like that. And he's standing a lot closer than we are.
And that's Kingbird's 3rd foul, and that's not good. And Doug DeJarle does not like that call at all.
Well, that's Holthusen with 2, Martin with 3, and now Kingbird with 3. Those are 3 of their leading scorers.
2:58 to play in the half. 3-point lead for Red Lake. Clement's free throw is good, and finally Cherry breaks the free throw drought.
Those are going to count, especially in the 4th quarter. This will make them now in the 2nd.
19-17. And that's the way it stays. And now a reach-in foul on Darren Miller as Charlie Charnosky ripped down a nice board.
Cherry, a little man-to-man pressure here now.
First time we've seen the full court press on either team.
Just token.
Yeah, once the inbound's in, they drop off in a hurry. Kingbird will bring it up. He's going to set up on the left side for the Warriors. Looking for a screen. A nice feed inside. Count it. Charlie Charnosky.
Super feed by Kingbird.
2:35 to play in the half. Clement to Clement.
Nice feed by Gort inside.
Oh, yeah.
Both of Cherry big kids pass the ball extremely well.
Got a 2-point game in the state quarterfinal. 2:17 to play. Into the front court comes Charnosky. Spinning left side.
Trying to
Clement
post up Kingbird now.
Clement, tough D in there. Or on the left side there. Nice move inside. But the shot won't go, and here comes Miller out with the ball. He'll hand it over to Eric Gort. We'll get it back to Miller. Miller's going to drive. He's going to drop it. No. Offensive foul. Don't count the basket. Don't count it.
A big call by the referee there. Nice move by Miller. I think Smith drew the charge. He stood his ground, and he went right into him. Miller went right into Smith.
And that is Miller's 3rd foul, so one of the key Cherry players now in foul trouble. Boy, that was big. That would have tied the game.
Oh, yes. And plus, you know, it could have been a 3-point attempt or a 3-point play, possibly, with the foul going the other way.
Now Kingbird brings it up to the free throw line. Nice dump inside. A lot of traffic, but there he is, Charlie Charnosky.
Right now, Kingbird is setting everything up with penetration there. He's trying to do a lot of things. He's made 2 excellent passes.
Substitution in the game for Cherry as John. This is Mac Clement will take a 3. Rims out. Smith the board for Red Lake, and here come the Warriors once again. Leading by 4, looking to add. 1:15 to play. Shot doesn't go. Gort the big rebound. And here comes Bernard bringing it up for the Warriors.
Called a special play. Let's see where they go with it here.
Clement, Bernard, Clement.
There's a skip.
Back to Gort. He'll try the 3. Rimmed off the back of the rim. Way strong. Doesn't go. Rebound Kingbird. Long pass to Charnosky alone underneath. He's got it.
Red Lake does that team shoot.
And they got Gort for a foul. Check that out. Check that out on the replay. Gort collides with him after the bucket. And Red Lake now leading by 6, looking to add to it with 46 seconds to go.
They call that a one-on-one attempt now because it was after the shot. Or are they just going to give him one shot to complete the three-point play? We'll have to see here.
Charlie Charnosky on the line. Broke down court.
One shot.
So it will be a three-point play attempt. Doesn't go. Robert Smith. 8-point Red Lake lead.
All in a matter of about a minute.
Driving, Clement. Nice move to the hoop by Dave Clement. Will quiet the crowd for a moment.
Big basket by the Tigers. Broke the momentum.
21 seconds to play. Red Lake will go for the last shot here. Charlie Charnosky with the ball. Hands it over to Garrigan. Garrigan. Nice feed inside. Nice block inside. Jump ball called. And the possession arrow, I believe, is pointing Red Lake's way.
5.2.
Check this replay out. To the hoop, the block. And then we got the jump ball as it's tied up right there.
Kingbird comes back in the game for Red Lake. Now they'll run an out-of-bounds play, and they'll try to come right back to Kingbird in one of the corners.
In the quarter here. They had too many people on the floor for Red Lake.
Look for them to come right back to Kingbird in the down screen on this corner.
3 seconds. They're running out of time. 1-0, forced to put up a weak shot, and it will not go. They didn't get what they wanted, and we have a 6-point game at halftime. It's Red Lake 27, Cherry 21 at the half. We encourage you, if you like this kind of programming, to become a member of KAWE, KAWV 21 over Cherry. And I wonder how much the semi-home court advantage is played in this game, Gary.
As of right now, I think it's affected both teams, just because I think both teams came out a little tight. Their shots were long. We had a few turnovers there in the early part. Red Lake made a little run there at about the 3-minute mark, and they scored about 6 straight points, and that's right now the difference in the game.
Red Lake 1 for 4 from the free throw line in the first half. Cherry 6 for 12. That's 6 extra points that could have tied the game.
Plus, some of those are the front end of one-on-ones, and that could be, I'm sure the Cherry coach right now is saying, hey, boys, we got to, you can't tell kids to shoot free throws better. You can't go in the locker room at halftime and do that. That's going to play a factor.
What is Doug DeJarle saying to his team? What is the Cherry coach saying to his team?
I think what DeJarle is telling his kids right now is when they take care of the basketball, they've gotten quality shots every time. They're beating Cherry on penetration. If I'm the Cherry coach, I'm saying, hey, you got to stop penetration. All right, we got to get the basketball in Gort's and Miller's hands and let them go to work.
It is the state tournament quarterfinals. Number 1 ranked Cherry 25-0. Number 2 ranked Red Lake 25-1. It's 27-21 Red Lake at halftime, and the second half is coming up next. Back live at the BSU Gymnasium, second half of the state tournament quarterfinals underway. And Cherry had the ball to start things out. That is not how they wanted to start it off, Gary.
A big turnover right away. That's both teams had 6 turnovers apiece in the first half.
Now the Warriors with the ball, looking to add to their 6-point lead and add to it by 3, which they do. Is that a 3? Did they count it for? Yes, they did count it for 3. I didn't see the arms go up by the official. Nope, it's 29-21, so that was only a 2-pointer. He was on the line. That's why I didn't see that. That's why I didn't see the arms going in the air.
Officials, as usual, right on top of it.
That 3 doesn't go, but they follow the shot, get the rebound, go to the hoop, can't get that. Put back good by Miller, back in the game with 3 fouls.
Miller pretty much had a free reign there because Holthusen didn't want to pick up his 4th this early.
And so it's back to a 6-point game at 29-23. Just underway in the third quarter. Key numbers in the half. 10.6 rebounds for Eric Gort for Cherry. 8.6 rebounds for Robert Smith. 7 and 6 for Holthusen. And 6 points for Tarnowski, and a bucket by the Warriors now gives them an 8-point lead once again.
Holthusen with a nice turnaround jump shot in the lane there.
Cherry down by 8 and looking around. Feed inside, kick back out.
Red Lake staying in that 2-3 zone with quick hands, and they force another turnover.
Another turnover. Here come the Warriors, but Holthusen can't get a hand on it. It goes out of bounds. The sophomore, a little frustrated.
Coach Jack Desjardins telling his Warriors to settle down there. They had an opportunity. Calm down a little bit and get a quality shot in the end.
Here come the Tigers to the free throw line. Back to Clement, and to Besseman. Besseman drives. He's in trouble inside. Has to desperately launch it out. Gort, baseline. Doesn't go. Miller the rebound and the putback.
Two offensive putbacks of Miller, and Holthusen is afraid to challenge him right now a little bit. Not afraid, but he doesn't want to pick up his fourth, so Miller just puts it right back in.
Doesn't go. Gort the rebound. You know, Cherry's got a big crowd here, but they are just dwarfed by the throng from the Red Lake Warriors fans. They are just unbelievable.
Besseman just missed a point-blank range shot, and that's his third in-close shot that he should have been able to finish.
5.5 to play in the third.
Red Lake's made a little switch. They've taken Kingbird off the point, and they've put Martin on the point to handle the basketball and move Kingbird to the wing. I'm sure that's probably to increase his Kingbird scoring chances.
Kicked out of bounds by Cherry. Red Lake will maintain possession with 5:27 to play in the third.
Again, on these out-of-bounds plays, with Kingbird taking it out, they look to enter and then bring Kingbird to one of the two corners.
In the lane, pass inside, nobody there but Miller. Here come the Tigers. Miller will take it all the way. Watch this now. He's just going to keep going right into Holthusen and hope he gets the...
Both kids with 3 fouls. The kid with picked up the foul has got to sit down.
Well, they haven't replaced Delwyn yet, but I would imagine they will shortly.
Probably with a 6-point lead here. I'm sure Jack Desjardins will take him out here shortly.
It's a 5-point lead now. First free throw down. Miller in the first half had 5 points and 4 rebounds. 5:16 to play, third quarter. 5-point lead. Make it 4.
Actually, Kevin, I think he only had 2 at the half, and that's only his third.
Well, that brightens the picture significantly. Nice feed inside. Foul call. Holthusen going to the hoop. Besseman whistled for the reach-in. No question about that one. He's averaging 16.4 a game. It's a pretty good bet when he gets the ball inside.
Every free throw as this game goes on is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
And that one is big. It comes out.
Just rolls off.
5 minutes even to go here in the third quarter. It's the state tournament down to the semifinals Friday night at 9 at the St. Paul Civic Center. He can't get either to drop. Here come the Tigers with a chance to cut it to 2. Driving in, pulling up, kicking out. Now to Miller. Miller to the hoop. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Robert Smith.
Strong move by Miller. He took that ball right to the rack, and he almost had 2.
Here come the Warriors. Mark Martin in there with 3 fouls.
Red Lake has put Holthusen now at the high post. They're looking to try to enter to him there. And going to Smith down on the block.
They're going to kick it back out top of the key to Kingbird. Reset things. Fed right side, now back out to Kingbird. Cherry defense, tough. Red Lake being patient. Nice beat to the hoop. Doesn't go. Rebound comes down.
Nice defensive work by Miller there. He could have easily picked up his fourth if he would have challenged that.
Here come the Tigers. Right of the key, kicked out. What do we got? Eric Clement. Clement feeds inside. 19-foot jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Kingbird. 3:50 to play in the third quarter, and the Warriors lead by 4. Moving in to the hoop, and it comes down. Nice drive, Gary.
Super move by Kingbird. They let him go right, and he finished strong with it.
Here comes the Warriors into the corner.
Cherry's been unable to knock down that outside perimeter shot except for Gort, and they've had a lot of looks.
Gort for 3. It's not going to happen. Miller tries to tip it back. It's stolen. Behind the back pass to the hoop. Kingbird. It doesn't go.
Got to pick up his 4th foul here.
Wow. That would have been huge for Red Lake if they would have got that shot.
Sweet pass by Martin.
Bad right side. Clement left all alone. Takes the three. This is out to Eric Clement.
Red Lake is giving those kids the shot out there in the perimeter. They got to be able to knock one of them down.
And he won't get that one either. Back out to Eric Clement again. Right side. Foul called. Charlie Charnosky. He'll argue it, but I think it was pretty apparent.
Yeah, that was definitely a block there. He wasn't set.
Warriors the Cherry Tigers will take a timeout. 2:40 to play third quarter. It's 33-27. Red Lake by 6. And we will take a quick break as well. You're watching the KAWB television.
I watch a lot of them, but I really look.
Baseline move didn't go for Cherry, but here comes Delwyn for Red Lake on the break.
He's been running the floor, both ends, both ways. He got out on the break and finished nicely there.
Inside to Clement. He tries to force one. Too much traffic. Put back by Eric Gort is good. And that makes it a 6-point game once again. So Cherry, Gary still hanging around.
Cherry's got to continue to hang around here. They can't let Red Lake. Now they're going to Red Lake's going to try to eat a little clock and try to get an easy basket on some penetration here.
Kingbird. Martin thinks about a 3, doesn't. Feeds Delwyn. Holdhusen shot doesn't go. Gets his own rebound and draws a foul. And that will go on Eric Gort. And I'm going to look how many is that on Gort now. That is his 2nd, so he's no problem with him. By the way, we do know who the winner of tonight's game will play. It will be Wabasso. They rolled over Bloomington Trinity down in Mankato this afternoon, 99-64. Delwyn's jumper doesn't go. Gort the rebound. Here come the Tigers. Miller will drive in traffic. Puts it in. It's down to 4.
He was determined since half court.
And here comes Charnosky the other way, and it's back to 6.
Nice outlet pass by Kingbird. They lull you to sleep. They give up the layup on a nice move by Miller and turn right around and score in a matter of 4 or 5 seconds on you.
Bessman, one dribble, feeds to Miller, spins, kicks out. Gort will take another 3. He'll nail it. His 2nd of the night. And a long pass down court. This time is stolen by Cherry. They're down by 3. They have the ball. Clement right side. That's Dave. Back to his brother Eric. Twin senior brothers. Both starters for the Tigers. Out of Gort right side. Back out to Clement. Top of the key. Fed left side Besseman. Cherry's taking their time. Red Lake tough zone D.
This is a big possession. There's 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. They can score here. They can get it within 1.
Miller can't get it. Gets his own rebound and does get it within 1. And now the crowd from Cherry is making the most noise in this gymnasium.
Nice little run by the Tigers here.
Here comes Martin. Ties it inside. It's going to go off Besseman. Nothing going in there. Besseman blocked the pass intended for Holdhusen on the baseline. 21 ticks to go in the third quarter, and a 1-point lead for Red Lake.
We'll see if Red Lake will hold here for the last shot, or they'll take the first a good available shot.
Fed left side, inside to Delwyn. Nice speed. His shot too strong. No rebound. Miller, or Gort rather. Lob in the front court. 12 seconds to go. Bounce pass inside. Pumps once. Hook shot. Not going to go. Rebound comes down to Holdhusen, and he double dribbles. Big turnover with 5.2 left in the quarter.
That's too bad because Holdhusen saw Gerald Kingbird wide open down here. I think what he tried to do was pick it up and give a long outlet. Kingbird's then down here all by himself. A big turnover. Tough luck turnover for the Warriors.
Colin Gillis, a junior center, with his first action is in the game. Fed inside, free throw line, jumper doesn't go. Rebound comes down, and that'll do it for the third quarter. But Cherry comes back. They trail by 1 now. It's Red Lake 37 and Cherry 36. Don Hazeman is the athletic director of Red Lake. We talked to him earlier. We also asked him what he felt the Red Lake Warriors needed to do to win this game tonight.
Well, I think the Warriors are going to have to play a good, sound ball game. When you get this level of caliber of ball, there just is no time or room for mistakes. Cherry is a big outfit, big team. They've got that center. Sorry on mispronouncing the name. I think it's very physical. He shoots inside extremely well, takes the ball outside, shoots the three-pointers extremely well. And when they start guarding him and sagging on him, Miller is another big physical guy inside. And so he takes the ball to the bucket real well also. And they've got a good set of twins that play the guards outside, solid ball players. They got 4 guys that score in double figures all the time, so they are tough. Red Lake has got 4 guys that are in double figures all the time, and I think the two teams match up really well. I think Red Lake has got maybe a little bit better quickness. I hope so tonight. Red Lake's got a good outside game. They got good outside shooters, and if they're shooting, Red Lake should pull this one off tonight.
Gary, we're about ready to start the fourth quarter. We talked about big D defense, and that's been a key when you look at this score, 37-36 entering the fourth quarter.
Both teams are playing very aggressively right now. I'm surprised there hasn't been a few more fouls called, but they're moving their feet and not their hands. It's going to be a whale of a fourth quarter here.
Martin to Delwyn, right of the lane. Kick back out to Gerald Kingbird. He has it stripped away and chased down baseline.
That was a design play coming out of the quarter break. They went to Holthusen inside and they hit Kingbird off a double screen. He had the shot but didn't take it right away.
And now the Tigers with a chance to grab their first lead of the night. Miller will kick it back out. Now to Clement. Eric Clement, free throw line jumper. Good. Cherry's got the lead. They have Big Mo on their side in the fourth quarter so far.
Red Lake is really packing that zone in. I mean, they had 5 people in the paint there giving a perimeter shot.
Holthusen pumps, takes a shot, gets it, and the Warriors reclaim the lead.
It could be like this the rest of the game, Kevin.
And it will only get louder and louder if it is. Clement feeds, Miller, kicks back, Besseman to Eric Clement. He'll pull up, hand it over to Miller.
They're retaping Gort's ankle over on the side. I was wondering why he wasn't in the ball game.
Miller to the hoop, can't get it. Rebound comes out. That was Corey Gillis with a big rebound inside.
Never seen a kid put a sock on faster than Eric Gort is right now over on the Cherry bench.
Now Dave Clement called for a offensive foul in the lane. Here he comes, and he pounds right into Holthusen.
Key there was that Clement was out of control, and the Red Lake player was set.
And that gives Red Lake the ball back with a 1-point lead. That's still a gutsy play by Holthusen with 3 fouls.
That's right. Eric Gort is coming back in the ball game now. He's over at the scorer's table coming in. I'm sure he's ready to go.
Martin to the free throw line. Pulls up. Sends it over to Charnoski. Inside, Delwyn pumps shot. Not going to go. Besseman rebound for the Tigers.
They were trying to go with Gort out of the ball game. They've went to Holthusen the last 3 times, or last 2 trips for sure. And I think he's got 1 bucket out of the 2 trips.
2 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. 6 to go. 1-point game. Besseman pulls up. He gets his first basket of the night.
And a big one, Kevin. And a big one.
40-39. Cherry with a 1-point lead.
Let's see if they go back. They have Miller's back on Holthusen. Let's see if they go back to him again.
Kingbird is pickpocketed. Here comes Eric Clement with a breakaway layup. And it's a 3-point lead for the Tigers. Martin into the front quarter. Kingbird to the hoop. He has his pass knocked away, but Charnoski picks it up. And he makes it a 1-point game.
A big, big bucket for the Warriors. They had to break Cherry's string right there, and they did.
Clement walks it up. Timeout called by the Cherry Tigers. We have 5:07 to play in the fourth quarter, and a 1-point lead for Cherry at 42-41. And we also asked Bob Azema, the head coach of Cherry, what he felt his team needed to do to win. And here's what he had to say prior to the game tonight.
Well, they're an awful good team. We saw them play, and we've watched tape on them. We're going to have to try to contain Kingfish. We're going to have to try to control the big center in the middle, the 6'6" sophomore. And then we've got to, if we can control those two somewhat and then try to shut the other three somewhat down, we can't let them get into we can't let their press bother us, we can't let them get running, and we can't let, try to keep the crowd out of it somewhat if that's possible. That may be impossible.
All right, thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Gary, you were just mentioning off air, they played 3 minutes without Gort because he's got an ankle problem and took the lead, and now they got Gort back in the game and limping somewhat, but boy, that's still big that they didn't fall further behind without their big first half score in the game.
That's true. He's a big key to their offense, and I think it's a big 5 minutes. He's got to be in the game here. I've never seen, like I say, a kid put a sock on faster when they retaped his ankle over there.
Pass is stolen by Holdhusen. Long pass ahead to Charnosky, but way past him and out of bounds.
He's
break
open.
for the Tigers.
He was open just a little bit too far.
Lobbed out, and here comes Gort now. Gort in the front court, pulls up, hands it to Clement. That's Eric Clement. And Red Lake, tough deep, all over him.
Red Lake's back and now is into a man-to-man.
Oh my. Delwyn just got, well, is that foul number 4 on Delwyn?
It should be now. It should be 4 on him. And that's unfortunate for the Warriors. Red Lake went to a man-to-man defense at possession. Try to change the tempo of the game a little bit, I'd imagine.
Well, that could be devastating. 42-41, 4:48 to play in the fourth. 1 point lead for Cherry. Lob out, knocked away by Kingbird. That was dangerous, and Kingbird made him pay. Gerald into the lane, dish off to Charnosky, and he drops it in. Count it!
What an acrobatic shot. I think that hit the top of the backboard. I think he basically just threw it up there. Somehow that ball dropped in.
Yeah, here it. Oh, I don't know how he kept the ball. Unbelievable. Look at that thing go in.
A great shot, and it couldn't have came at a better time for the Warriors.
Oh, man. And Red Lake reclaims the lead by 1. The foul.
Red Lake's going to take a timeout, Kevin.
That's the first time out for Red Lake. 14 fouls on Cherry, 3 on Red Lake, and we have 4:39 to play in this game. And Gary, this is just pretty much what we expected coming in, a 25-1 team and a 25-0 team ranked number 1 and 3 in the state.
Oh yeah, this fourth quarter is going to be, go from one side to the other to the other. I think it's going to be a key of who hangs on to the basketball. It's a possession-by-possession game. Who gets the most shots and the best quality shots and gets the shots that they want from the people they want to take them.
I think the key number right now, Delwyn Holdhusen, 4 fouls. That's big.
Yeah, that's it, because he's their go-to guy, and he's guarding Gort on the defensive end, and that's have to play that if you're getting to the point of the game where you got to just play.
You got to think Cherry's going to go right to Gort as soon as they can.
I would. Either that or they're going to go into Miller inside. Man-to-man defense. Those are 2 horses that the Tigers have inside, and I think they can both be very effective on the block.
In the meantime, Charnosky is going to try to complete a 3-point play and give Red Lake a 2-point lead. And again, that shot was unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, Kingbird set it all up by penetration there and a nice dish off. And I think you got to look for Kingbird to do a lot more things for the Warriors here down the stretch.
Free throw up, will not go. On the fly, here comes Dave Clement. Into the front court to Eric. It's in. Cherry back on top by a point.
Brother to brother.
They played probably a few games in the backyard.
I would
over the course
imagine.
Of the years.
Oh, I think.
Oh, there's a little kid on the court somewhere. They had to get off.
That's not quite a something.
Yeah. Now that could cause a problem. Inbounds goes to Delwyn Holdhusen. Hands it over to Mark Martin.
Look for them to get the ball probably into Kingbird's hands here off somehow. And let him penetrate or somehow to create something for somebody else.
Go around the horn for it. Delwyn out on the left wing side. He's up. Finally gets it to Kingbird. Ball knocked away out of bounds by Clement. Tough D by, we mentioned tough D by both teams tonight. You know, you're looking at a 44-43 game, halfway to go in the fourth quarter.
Clement's doing a nice job on Kingbird, denying him the basketball.
Holdou's in the lane, pumps, takes the shot, not gonna go.
A good block out by the Tigers. That ball hit the floor before anybody touched it.
Besseman with the ball.
Let's see how Tigers play with the lead now if they're gonna run some clock.
3:45 to play as they bring it across the timeline.
Have Holfieldson guarding Clement. He went right by him.
Oh man, Eric found a little seam and he said, thank you very much.
That was a mismatch. I'm sure that Holfieldson doesn't guard too many people on the perimeter, and he's really got to play it careful with 4 fouls.
That inside. Benny drops it in. And now a 5-point lead for Cherry with 3:15 to play. And a timeout is going to be called by Red Lake. Desjardins.
A great timeout. They needed one. They need to get a shot.
Let's watch this. Here he comes in for the layup, and he just blew past Holdou's as he stole the ball from him. And you're right. You know, Delwyn just can't do a whole lot right now.
Not with 4 fouls on the perimeter. He's got to be very careful. But, you know, like I said before, it's getting that time where you just got to, you know, play and whatever, let the chips fall where they may.
Well, the winner of this game again plays 9 o'clock Friday night. They'll take on Wabasho, who this afternoon down in Mankato blew past Bloomington Trinity 99-64. And the winner of that semifinal game, 9 o'clock at the St. Paul Civic Center Friday night, will play in the Class A championship Saturday at 1. This is the first 4 Class State basketball tournament in Minnesota. They'll have 4 championships Saturday. The AA will be at 3. The 3A championship at 7 o'clock Saturday night, and the 4A title game will be at 9 o'clock Saturday night. And Gary, it's kind of weird that the Class A team will be playing at 7 and 9 Friday night, and they'll play the first game Saturday afternoon. Not a lot of sleep.
There's quite a few bugs that they have to work out with the state tournament format yet in all classes, and I think that's one of them.
Well, the quarterfinal game here is rocking in Bemidji as it is packed, and it is noisy. Well, Cherry with a 5-point lead.
They need a shot. They need a good quality shot out of the timeout here. Let's see who they go to.
Mark Martin to Kingbird. Kingbird will launch a 3. Yes!
Money time shot. Money time.
Man, that was big.
That was set up out of the timeout. He hit it.
Here comes Miller to Bestman. He won't get it. Miller the rebound. That's big. Count it.
And who's the foul going to be on? Martin and Holfieldson are both right down there.
Have to wait and see. Count the basket. Looks like it's going to be on Charlie Charnosky.
Okay. He was the third guy.
22 down there. Yeah, that's who they're going to call it on. Charnosky's third. 4th team foul on Red Lake. 2:48 to play.
Red Lake tried to have a diamond press after that last made shot, and the Tigers burned him on it.
And it remains a 4-point lead. Red Lake had got it to 2, and the 3-point shot, now it's back to 4.
Every possession's big now. Look for Kingbird to start taking over the basketball game for the Warriors.
Martin, right side to Charnosky. Charnosky out top of the key. Score, Cherry on top. Baseline, push off Besseman.
Good call by the referee. He was bodying him the whole time.
5th team foul on Cherry. And for Besseman, I believe that's going to be his 3rd.
Hey, nice guess, Devin.
Thank you. Charnosky will throw it in. To Martin. Will set it up.
Clements is denying Kingbird the basketball. He's having to work extremely hard to get it.
He doesn't get it, but draws the foul on Besseman, number 4 on him, and it'll be 3 free throws because that was a 3-point shot.
What they're trying to do, they had Holfieldson set it, a ball screen for Kingbird, and he got him on the arm.
And the angle we saw, couldn't really see, but yeah, he definitely did. They whistled that immediately, and that's 3 shots is big.
Those free throws in the first quarter could come back to haunt Cherry.
No,
in the first half.
We're looking at 4 points now. We're looking at 3 now. 50-47, Cherry's lead.
He'll probably make the next 2. Usually when you make the first one, you get kind of in a rhythm.
50-48.
The Red Lake crowd, I have a feeling, is going to be in this basketball game the last 2 minutes.
Well, you talk about a sixth man. The Red Lake crowd is definitely a sixth, seventh, and eighth man, and it's a one-point game.
Cherry needs to keep their composure against this pressure.
Into the front court comes Clement. Nice feed inside, knocked away beautifully by Charnosky.
It's not up here always where the press hurts you. It's down on the other end.
There comes Delwyn into the front court himself. He'll hand it over to Kingbird. Kingbird launches a shot, draws a foul.
A 2-point shot, Kevin. He'll be shooting 2 free throws for the lead.
Here comes, it was Clement to Kingbird, and Kingbird will get 2 free throws. Yeah, that's, he had an off-balance shot. I'm surprised that he fouled him in that situation.
Yeah, he was looking to draw the contact.
Well, he did.
And he did, yes.
We're down to 1:50 to play in regulation, 1-point lead. It's tied.
Usually Kingbird takes most of their big shots as the game gets down to the wire. And, you know, when they beat us, he hit a shot at 3 to put them ahead by 1 with about, 5 seconds on the clock or something like that. So he's done it before.
That was huge. I remember that shot.
I do too.
Red Lake has the lead. I imagine you do, Gary. 1:47. Here comes Cherry. Down by 1.
Cherry
Eric
needs to
Clement.
keep their composure and get a good shot from one of their studs.
Desmond inside. Miller has the reverse.
Exactly what Cherry had to do.
Back to a 1-point Cherry lead with 90 seconds to play.
Nice execution by the Tigers.
Long 3, doesn't go. Rebound, Charnosky. Martin, left alone, takes a 3. Count it!
Probably his first perimeter shot all night, I think.
Wow. Coming out of nowhere.
This is a break for Red Lake. Now they have time to set up their pressure as a Red Lake fan interfered with the ball being entered in.
2 points away to Holthusen, now to Kingbird.
Now they're going to eat some time.
6 seconds. And immediately a foul in the backcourt.
And who did they foul?
Probably somebody they didn't want to. It was Dave Clement's 5th foul. He's out of the game. That was a big, big 3. Wow, look at that.
I think he showed excellent poise on just shot faking, letting the defender fly by him, and he just stepped back behind the 3 and drained it.
Looks like Gerald Kingbird will be on the line. Sherry's got to make a decision on who they want to bring in the game in this situation.
It's going to be awfully tough for Cherry to come back right now if Kingbird makes any of these free throws.
And they decide to call a timeout with 1:04 to play. Cherry does. Well, I tell you, the free throws here will be big. It's going to be a 1-possession or a 2-possession game.
Cherry is probably, kicking themselves, and they will be, I'm sure, because they missed some free throws in the first half there. I would say very safely now that the Red Lake Warriors definitely have a 6th man up in the stands.
You know what's scary? Gerald Kingbird and Delwyn Holthusen are sophomores. Mark Martin, Charlie Charnosky, and Robert Smith, the other 3 starters, are juniors.
Yeah, they're very good. They're going to be tough next year. I think they want to go as far as they can this year.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely incredible cool under pressure for a sophomore in Gerald Kingbird.
But he's been starting for 2 years for him. And he handles the pressure, and he's their go-to guy down here in the crunch. He's taken, except for Martin's 3-pointer, he's taken all their shots. Or had something to do with it.
Yeah. Well, no problem getting the Red Lake crowd into this final 1:04. 2-point lead for the Warriors, and Charnosky on the line. Or, I'm sorry, Kingbird on the line for 1-1. Yes.
A 3-point game is still a 1-possession game, but the way the Tigers are shooting from the perimeter, what they have to do is come down and get the first good shot available, even if it's a 2. They can't panic and start swinging up and throwing up threes.
Second one good. Here comes Cherry, down by 4. Martin draws a foul on or Clement draws a foul on Martin.
Kind of an excuse me foul. He just kind of dribbled into him, and Martin had to unfortunately run right into him for the Warriors.
So that's the 15th foul on Red Lake. They go to the line.
Cherry needs to take the first good shot available, even if it's a 2.
And they get it to Clement inside. He takes it, and he gets it to a 2-point game with 54 seconds to play. Inbounds knocked away by the Tigers. Red Lake will maintain possession with 53 seconds to go.
Taking the ball out in the corner is one of the hardest spots on the basketball floor to take the ball out. The Tigers have applied some pressure here. They could get a steal.
Full court pressure. Inbounds through the hands. Loose ball. Out of bounds. They're going to say Cherry touched it last. We couldn't see. We're trying to look past the crowd here. We can't see a thing.
Red Lake's going to take a timeout, I think.
Warriors will talk it over. They have the ball back with 51 seconds to play. And a very slim lead of 2 points. And
there's a big inbounds down there in that baseline.
Yeah, that was. And Red Lake, of course, had it knocked away. They got to maintain possession and then looked like they were going to turn it over on the sidelines, but apparently touched a Cherry player last, going out of bounds, and a big break for the Warriors.
Coach Desjardins is over there telling his kids to go meet passes, go meet the basketball. They don't want to have anybody step in front of anybody for a steal right now. You know, hey, let's make Cherry put us at the line, I'm sure is what he's telling his kids.
Well, the first thing they want to do is get the ball into Kingbird, obviously, so that Cherry has to fall him and let him just hang on to the ball as long as possible.
Excellent strategy. We'll see what they do here.
Both crowds getting into it, trying to make as much noise as they can.
Now, if you're a Tiger, if you're a Tiger fan, you still got plenty of time on the clock here, being only down by 2. You can either choose the foul right away or go for the steal and hope Red Lake turns the ball over.
Throw it in to Kingbird. Kingbird is fouled immediately by Eric Clement.
Now, they're going to choose the foul right away and put Red Lake at the line, but I don't know if that's the right guy to foul.
I would agree. That is the second on Eric Clement. There's the reach in now on the replay, and just a basic clock-stopping foul.
Yeah, it's pretty much he was going to go for the foul. He wasn't really even making too much of an effort for the basketball. He was trying to pick up the foul.
Well, 48.5 seconds left.
Still a lot of time on the clock.
1-on-1 for Kingbird. Doesn't go. Hillviews, a big rebound. Put back good. Oh, that is big time.
Cardinals son of basketball. An offensive rebound on a free throw. Great play by Holthausen.
Clement pumps from 3, feeds inside to Bestman, who puts it down. It's back to 2. We got 33 seconds to play. Full court pressure, a foul.
Oh, a big call by the referee, an intentional foul call. He grabbed him. What'll happen now is Smith, I believe it is, will step the line, will shoot 2 free throws, and then Red Lake will get the basketball back.
All right, let's take it on the rebound. Yeah, he just grabs him. But the point is, you see that foul all the time, Gary.
It's a total judgment call by the official. He's obviously thinking that he tried to grab him around the waist. It's a judgment call all the way.
Well, Bob Asma, I'm sure, is about that call.
If I'm the opposing coach or that foul is called on me, I'm going to be very livid.
Well, Robert Smith on the line all by himself to shoot 2.
I'm sure what the referee was calling, though, it was a grab, and he intentionally grabbed him, and that's how it's stated in the rule book.
59-56. The Warriors by 3. 31 seconds left. Second one good. 4-point lead, and Red Lake maintains possession.
A big free throw because that makes it a 2-possession basketball game, and now you're starting to really run out of time.
Wow, that was a huge call.
Yes.
Think about it, 4-point lead, plus you have the ball back. You're probably going to draw another foul and get 2 more free throws at least out of this. Inbounds to Kingbird. Kingbird is fouled.
The Red Lake bench wants another intentional, but I don't think they're going to get it on that one.
No, I think they should count their blessings on getting the first one. And they sure took Kingbird back on the line, who is a money player, as you have mentioned.
He missed his last free throw. He left it short. He probably won't leave it short this time.
Now they'll try to ice Kingbird, but I don't know. I saw Kingbird in December. I'm seeing him tonight. I don't think you can ice Kingbird.
No, I just think he's been in this situation, like you say. He started as an 8th grader. He's played in this type of atmosphere before. He's had the ball in his hands, I'm sure, almost at the end of every game this year that's been close for him. You know, if he misses it, it's not because he's going to, you know, be tight.
Well, the old cliche is the fans got their money's worth tonight, but sometimes cliches are true.
That's true.
And you got 2,600 people in here jam-packed, and they have seen a great basketball game.
Well, Cherry, the Tigers still have a chance here, but they're running out of clock time. They got to, you know, hope that they miss one of the free throws here. They can't turn it into where you have to make 2 threes. They just got to come down, get a 2-point bucket or a 3, whatever comes first, and then hope to get a steal on the inbounds or a quick foul.
28.7 on the clock. Gerald Kingbird, the sophomore, on the line.
He's shooting 2.
Yeah, because of the double bonus.
Yep.
10th team foul, 2 free throws automatically.
If he makes both of them, it's going to be extremely hard for Cherry because it's going to mean they're going to have 2 3-point baskets, probably, and then off a steal, too, because you can't foul and put him back at the free throw line.
He hit 1. He hit 2. Here comes Cherry. Precious little time. A 3-pointer up and in.
Hey, they got a chance. They got to get a steal here now.
Inbounds to Kingbird. We're down to 18. He is fouled. Well,
they got a chance yet.
Cherry not going down without a fight. Paul Tokarczyk with his first action, coming off the bench and nailing a 3. That's big time. Here he comes right down. As you watch this. Just hand it right over to Tokarczyk. He's got all day to shoot.
Probably the kid's first shot of the basketball game. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Wow. 17 seconds. Kingbird shot up and in. 4-point lead.
Okay.
That may have done it.
This next free throw doesn't really make a lot of difference right now. They just got to get down and play some defense, the Warriors do, and not foul anybody on the shot.
64-59. Here they come again. Front court, another 3 by Tokarczyk. Doesn't go, too strong. Clement.
They're running out of clock, though.
He nails a 3. They're out of timeouts. 64-61. Long pass from the front court. They make it. Foul called with 1.4 to go. Charnowski will go to the line to shoot 2. But 1.4 isn't a lot of time to get the ball back down
with
court.
No timeouts, unless they got something set up for this. If any basket they make right now is probably going to be a 3-point attempt anyway, so this is a big free throw. If he makes the first or makes both of them, then obviously the game's over if he makes both.
Timeout called.
Cherry's.
I didn't see who called it.
Cherry's out of timeouts, I believe.
Yes, they pointed to Red Lake, so Doug Desjardins wants to make sure they have the right game plan and nothing possible can happen here.
Well, the only thing Cherry can hope for is that he misses one of his second free throw attempt, or misses the first. So it's got to be a 3-point game, put it that way. Then some type of desperation heave, hopefully from around the half-court area to try to tie the basketball game. Unless he misses both the free throws, in that case, then they got to be able to try to wing it down the court in 1.4 seconds. Usually you have time for maybe like on a missed shot, you don't really have any time, but you usually have time on a made shot for one dribble and a toss.
Well, last Tuesday night in the state girls quarterfinals here, the crowd was so loud that they didn't hear the buzzer go off, and the game ended up being tied anyway on a last-second shot that Red Lake Falls will claim to this day shouldn't have counted, and Cherry may hope for a little kind of help like that.
That's
as
right.
well, if it still matters after these free throws.
The other thing Red Lake doesn't want to do, of course, is foul anybody.
He missed
they can't get an over-the-back call here or anything silly.
Well, they got one player way down deep. Cherry does. Second one goes.
It's almost better that he made it.
It is.
Get it to half court. Have a toss.
Pass.
You got a chance.
Here's the shot. Oh, just too strong.
The best they could do in that situation, and the Warriors storm on the court. They're going down to Minneapolis.
Red Lake headed for the St. Paul Civic Center, and the whole town is celebrating at center court. 65-62 the final. Red Lake moves on to the semis. Cherries with their first loss of the year here at Bemidji State University. We'll be back with a recap in a little bit. Right now, we'll send it back to the studios of channels 9 and 22.
What a great...
With St. Paul, and that's what they got to be happy about. That's why I think they're shouting number 1. Now they have 2 more games to try to get that, to get to be number 1.
They were 6-game 25-0. For the first time all year, they have to go home a loser, and it's as usual, that seems to happen this time of year. Your last game is normally a loss. It was their first state tournament appearance. They were number 1 in the state. Not anymore.
They don't have anything to be ashamed of. They played a whale of a ball game. They came back from behind. I think it was 6 or 7 points there in the third quarter. I think it was, and they actually took the lead by what, 4 or 5. And you know, Red Lake made a...
Is Red Lake's record now. They will continue their first ever state tournament run as they move to the St. Paul Civic Center Friday night at 9 o'clock for their semifinal game. They will take on Wabasso, who beat Bloomington Trinity 99-64. And it's going to be a big change. You're going to walk in that St. Paul Civic Center, and that is just a huge building.
Well, I'm sure the Red Lake kids are all in the whole town are looking for that. It's a whole different atmosphere when you get down there. They put you underneath. You all have your own locker rooms. You have to be out at exact this time. You have to practice at this time. You have to wear this. I mean, they really watch it, and they're stringent on that. You know, but Red Lake's going down there. I'm sure that they're not going down there just to participate. They want to go down there and win the basketball game.
Will there be any town that can match the volume of people that are going to be there cheering on Red Lake?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I can't, you know, some of these smaller towns and actually some of the bigger towns like a Staples Motley or a Crosby Ironton, if they win, they have a huge following also. So it's what it's all about, is trying to get down to Minneapolis.
The Warriors are going to have to do Friday night if they want to get into that Saturday afternoon championship.
I think the key is to come in and just play their game. I mean, most of the time when kids get down to the state tournament, your team either comes out really focused or they come out really scared. You know, and then they settle in. Hopefully, if the Red Lake gets off to a good start, their confidence will get nothing but better, and I think then they have a good chance to win the ball game.
Well, tonight it looked like it was awful tough to rattle the Red Lake Warriors. That's going to do it from the BSU Gymnasium. A wild state tournament quarterfinal game tonight. You saw right here on channels 9 and 22. Red Lake heads to the St. Paul Civic Center Friday night at 9 against Wabasso. For Gary Gruey, the head coach of the Bemidji High School Lumberjacks, I'm Kev Jackson. Thanks for joining tonight. Our final score once again, Red Lake 65, Cherry 62.